Hello, my name is Marian. I am going to show you a day in the life of an MRI tech. As you can see, the reason why you can't see me well is because it is dark. I am on my way to work. I'm actually at work. I'm about to clock in. So it is 5:46 now, and you will see me a little bit better in the light. I just wanted you all to see how dark it is right now. Okay, so I normally take this walk all the way down to the end of the corner, and then I normally take the stairs. So you can see it's still dark, and I have a lot of things in my hand. I always have my books to study whenever I get a break, and then I have my lunch. I try to bring my own lunch when I can. So as you can see, it's still dark. I have to clock in at 6, but I always wake up like at 5. Then I normally take the stairs. And then I have a long way to go. Elevators coming up. Got a long walk. Okay, I have to scan my badge to get in. Okay, so I made it inside to clock in. So the next thing I have to do is clock in. We normally clock in on the computer. So I have to get my badge. It normally take like a little second for it to actually like log me in. So it may take just a little bit to get me signed. It may take just a little bit to get me signed all the way in. Okay, this is my clock in time and date. We normally clock in on our computer. Okay, now the next thing I like to do is fix a cup of green tea. So, and I do this every morning. Okay, the next thing I do is power on the scanner. So I hit system on, and then you will see it to start coming on in a second. But for now, I'm going to go over to the contrast injector and turn it on in case I have to give somebody contrast, which I'm almost positive I do because every day I work, especially during the week, I have to give someone contrast through the power injector. So when this comes on, I just hit continue, and then that comes up like that. And then if you don't know, this is the device to give the contrast through. And then the scanner is starting to wake up. But it's going to take about 5, maybe even close to 10 minutes to boot up. So while it's doing this, I start checking my schedule. Okay, now I'm checking my schedule. This is for the outpatient. If you hear some noise in the background, the machine is still waking up. So this is the outpatient schedule. I do have a lot of inpatients ordered for today, so this is okay if the schedule is like for outpatients. Normally it's busier than this. And then I have a message I need to check. We use Epic. Let me know in the comment box if you use Epic. And now this is the schedule for our inpatients. let me go back up. So this is our schedule for the inpatient for today. Okay, normally the door is locked, so I'm just going to use this key and unlock the door. And then for this door, you have to pull on it tight. Okay, so now I have to run the Phantom. This is a Siemens scanner. So the first thing we do at my facility, you go to options to run the Phantom, service, and then customer QA. This is going to bring up this information right here. This is the type of scanner or software we're using. So we normally select head, neck, and then this is from the last time it was ran, and then hit is somewhere down here. You hit go. And then it's going to say running. And then it brings up this message just letting you know how it's supposed to go in the scanner and where you're supposed to center it. And then you hit OK. And then it's going to start running. It takes 5 minutes to run. So the timer is down here. This is how an MRI scanner sounds. So this is part of the sound. This is not all of it. So when I have to do a brain scan or another scan, you'll hear like different noises. So the next big part of my day in MRI consists of me having to look at previous chest x-rays, abdomen scans, head CT scans, if there are any, because you want to make sure that the patient does not have any pacemakers, any stimulators, any aneurysm clips, anything that is electronic should and be in the patient's body, like an insulin pump, a glucose monitor. So we do have to check all of that, especially in the hospital setting. So I start looking at who I have to send for, and then I check and see if they have a chest x-ray, an x-ray of the abdomen, and a CT head scan. And then a big part of my day just consists of changing out the MRI coils, getting it ready for the next patient, whether it's a head scan or brain scan or abdomen scan. Do I need to give contrast? And then, so I just set up, I wipe the table down. We do have transporters. So sometimes if a transporter is backed up and they have like a lot of jobs pending, then we go get our own patients and we bring them down. We do have an MRI safe wheelchair and an MRI safe stretcher. So that's pretty much the big part of the day, just consists of changing out the MRI table, setting it up for a brain scan or an abdomen scan or a foot, because they all have to be set up differently. So you'll see like certain things where I show you how I'm setting up for a different scan or something, but that's the MRI scanner right there. Um, but anyway, I will let you see more of my day as an MRI tech. Oh, I wanted to add one thing. If a patient does have a pacemaker, we have to reach out to the company that put the pacemaker in, or ask the patient if they have a card, because we do have to call people out if it's not one of the pacemakers that we can program on our own. And if a patient does have a stimulator, we ask them to show us the card, and so we can make sure that it's okay. They have to have a remote controller fully charged if it is a stimulator. If we see a pacemaker on the x-ray, then we have to make sure that they either have a card or they know who put the pacemaker in, so that we can call the company. If it is MRI conditional, meaning they can go inside the machine with it, a representative will come out and program it. Then the nurse from that floor have to come down. We have to hook them up to like our MRI safe blood pressure machine and pulse machine. So it is different steps involved if something is seen on a previous chest x-ray or abdomen scan. If it's not MRI conditional, then we won't scan them. We'll have to just reach out to their doctor and say we can't scan the patient. Something else I wanted to mention, if a patient is claustrophobic, then their nurse will have to order Ativan, Xanax, something IV or orally. And if that doesn't work, then the patient will have to be put under with general anesthesia. Okay, this right here is our MRI stretcher. It does, it moves, so you probably can't see it well. But I have to send for a patient to come down on this because they can't get into a wheelchair. So a transporter will come down and bring them down for or to us. So what I'm going to do is just take this sheet and just get it ready for them. So this is one last thing they have to do. So all throughout the day, you hear the noise of the MRI machine if you can hear it in the background. Okay, so I just try to get this tucked for them. And then another thing, a big part of the day consists of reaching out to the nurse. I normally reach out to them through the Epic chat and just asking them if their patient is ready to come down, if their patient need Ativan or Xanax. And also I tell them to remove anything that's metal. I make sure the screening form is done. So at the hospital, the screening form has to be done before they come down. If especially if they need like claustrophobic medicine, if they have something in their body like a pacemaker, maybe a surgery was forgotten to be added to their chart, then on the screening form the nurse completes it, then we review it, and then if it looks good, then we send for the patient to come down. If transport is backed up, then we go get our own patient. But since transport is not backed up right now, I'm just sending for the patient to come down with the MRI stretcher, because it also keeps me going down here where I can look at other things, or I can get the table ready for the next one, or restock or put out supplies for an IV patient. But if you have watched up until this point, you can also comment any question that you have, especially if I don't cover it. A lot of the job really consists of being inside the MRI room. I can't bring my phone in there. So I'm trying to say as much as I can out here in this area, because if I bring my phone in there, then it's going to get destroyed, it's going to get wiped out, because this is a big powerful machine. So no metal can go in there or it's going to destroy even your car keys, um, credit cards, cell phones, hearing aids. Nothing metal can go in there, or like it's going to wipe it away and it's not going to work anymore. If I do take my phone in there and it don't get destroyed, I can guarantee you it's not going to work the same. Because it was one time I forgot my phone in my pocket years ago when I first started out as a tech, and I took it in there and my phone was not operating correctly. It was going slow, or it was just weird things going on with my phone. I had to get another one. So I'm trying to give as much information out here. I won't be able to show a lot in there, but I have a lot of list of MRI videos on my MRI playlist. I have a lot of days in the life of an MRI tech. I have what type of coils or camera we use to scan patients. I also have how I set up for a brain MRI scan. Different things like that is on my actual MRI playlist if you want to check it out. Okay, it has it right down here that this is MRI safe. So anything that has a label like this is safe to go in the room. You don't have to second guess it. And then our MRI safe wheelchair. All right, so another big part of the day consists of stocking. So since I'm waiting for someone, then I'm going to just go ahead and stock some blankets. We have a blanket warmer. So this is our blanket warmer right here. And then after that, since I have some downtime, then I'm going to get some supplies ready for an IV if I have to start one. So we have our saline, and then we have the needle. So in MRI, we don't have to use a big gauge needle like they do in CT. We can just use like a 22 gauge needle, which is the blue kind, and the alcohol pad. And I do have like a IV start kit. I can show you in just a second. This is like the tubing we use to hook up to the IV. And let me show you the start kit. Okay, this is the IV start kit, and it has like tape in there for the patient, gauze as well. And then once we're done, we just wrap it up in cold band when we take out the IV. If they are an outpatient, that's what we do. So if a patient does come in or come down and they want to keep a mask on, we take the metal piece out of the nose part right here, because this part has metal. So it can't go in the MRI room because it can burn them, especially if we're doing a brain scan. An artifact is going to show in a picture. So if it doesn't, if the metal part does not burn them, it will cause an artifact, especially if we're doing a brain scan. So with this mask, we took out the metal piece from the nose. So that's another thing. We do have a hand detector, a wand. Let me show it to you. So when someone come in, we wand them to make sure they don't have any metal in. And this can't go inside the MRI room. It say MRI not safe. So anything that's red can go in there. If it's green, it can. If it's yellow, then it has to go in there under certain conditions. So this is how it works. It vibrates when you turn it on, or it make a loud noise, especially if something metal is in the patient. I can't use my phone because I have my phone, but let's see if I can scan and see. I'm scanning my phone. It's a metal device, so that's why it's going off. So we use this because if someone speak a different language and they don't understand what we're saying, then we call either a translator line to ask them the screening form questions. And we also use this on everybody. You're supposed to use this to warn somebody because they may forget to tell you about like any type of metal that they have in their body. But if you have any other questions, just let me know in the comment box. Oh, another thing I forgot to add is my shift ends at 4. So sometimes I work 6 to 2:30, or sometimes I may work 6 to 3:30, 6 to 4. So today my shift ends at 4. So I'll be working 10 hours today. I'm PRN. MRI techs have different shifts that we work. You can do 8 hours, you can do 10 hours, or you can do 12 hours. It just depends on the hospital or clinic. Okay, for my breakfast this morning, I'm just having a cup of yogurt with blackberries and a cup of green tea. And then for lunch, I'm just going to have a sandwich and a soda. That's all I'm having. It's just going to be like a light snack for today. I haven't been too hungry lately. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment box, especially if I didn't answer them in this video. We do give every patient um, earplugs and or headphones because it is loud. So we give them hearing earplugs to protect their hearing. They cannot have hearing aids going inside the MRI scanner. So um, you can feel free to leave any comments, any questions that you may have. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Bye. Okay, in the hospital, we do sometimes have COVID patients, so you have to put on this and or this type of mask or this one, and it'll fit on kind of like this, and you do have to put like on a cap as well and a shoe cover, but I couldn't find a cap. I went to the storage closet. I'm sure if I need one, I know where to go to get one, but you just put on this. And then your finger go through that. And then it snaps or tie in the back. And then it ties like this as well. And then I normally wear this one, so I just put it out like this. Okay, like that. Or this one would go on if I chose to wear this one. And sometimes you may see people put this one on top. So just to be careful, they'll put this one on as well. You don't have to, like, this one will work. It's good. So it goes all the way down like to the floor. Let me let you see. Let's see. So it covers all the way down. So um, that's a good thing about it. If you had to put one of these on, and then you put your gloves on as well. I normally have gloves in my pocket. So if I have a COVID patient like this, then I normally put like on 2 or 3 gloves so that I don't have to keep reaching in my pockets and contaminate something. So it go like that, and then when I take it off, I just pull it like this, and then make sure you don't touch the glove, and then throw it in the trash can. But that's how we do, or that's how I prepare for COVID patients. Another thing is these stickers cannot go inside the MRI room. They have like a metallic back to them, and it can burn a patient. So we remove those stickers and the leads that go to them, because in the hospital you may see patients hooked up to that, especially if the nurse did not remove their stickers, or the heart monitor before they came down. So if they do need to be monitored, we have our own MRI safe monitor for them to stay monitored or hooked up if they need to. This is the heart monitor I was telling you about. Um, the blood pressure hooks up right here, and then for the pulse ox, it's like this. Now this is MRI safe. The battery just plugs in and it turns on, and the patient put their finger in here to monitor their pulse rate, and then it say MRI conditional or MRI safe for patients. And then these are the MRI safe leads. It hooks up into this one, so I have to put a battery in here, and it comes on, and then you have to just, it has words like right here for you to like know where to put it on the leads. So it just sticks like that. Just pop it on, and I'm looking like right here. It tell you right here at the bottom like where it goes. So this goes to the patient's chest whenever you're monitoring like their breathing. If they have like a pacemaker, this is what these are for. And then this is our monitor. Okay, it will show their rhythm right here and their oxygen level right there. If it was hooked where the blood pressure goes, it hooks up to here. And like I was showing you, like the ECG rhythm, and then the pulse, the heart rate will go right here. And they're just different buttons. If you want to turn the alarm off, you'll hit one of these to silence it. That's if you don't have a patient. If you have a patient, leave it alone. Let it be so that the nurse can know that something may be wrong with the patient. Maybe they need to be reconnected, or maybe something's just wrong with them. So I only silence this if I'm waiting on someone and the noise is just, too noisy. But I work in MRI, it's always loud, so I normally tune it out.